Alright, still sick. It's not as bad, but I got the congestion. I just don't feel like doing an hour of snatching. So I want to do something physical, but not super hard. So I figured this would be a good day to show off. Or well, I'm going to do the armor builder complex. The ABC, because it seems to be everybody's favorite for some reason. But I'm going to do 2 of each exercise. Because like I said, this is not a super heavy weight for me. Double 24s, so I'll do 2 press and then 2 squat. Honestly, I might just do 3 squat anyway and just do 7 reps a minute, or 30 minutes. This is 30 minutes. Dan John says if you can do it with double 24s for 30 minutes his way, you're in pretty good shape. Legs are a bit sore. I got a run in the other day, Friday evening. So a little bit stiff feeling in the first run in a while. So that was nice. Oh yeah, I'm not feeling like sustaining an hour of snatch today. So I'll do this. And you can probably tell now, breathing a little bit heavier than I normally would be. That's the congestion. Fun times. At least it's not as bad as it was, me getting sick all the time. The vitamin D has definitely helped with that. Don't quite like the way that knee feels there. I mean, it doesn't hurt, it just feels off. Feels a little off. Mostly I find this complex pretty boring. Unless I'm doing on 30 seconds. Like I did the other day. But I mean, it's fine. sit down on it as much. That seemed to help. Anyway, yeah, like I can't say it's a bad complex. Because it's your 3 basic movements. I mean, the clean is like the most central movement to kettlebell training. And then, so I would say the press is too. The clean and the press together. Because you're probably not going to be able to jerk if you can't press. You don't really need to do the squat. Especially if you kind of sit down on your cleans. So kind of like this. In fact, if you're experiencing some knee pain, you probably just want to do that, honestly. It'll work it without aggravating it as much. It might even be restorative. Now mine were kind of feeling it from all the cycling. And like I said, I replaced the cycling with extra kettlebell swings. Well, that's a big ass bird. Cool. Bigger than most of the hawks that I've seen around here. Neat. Here's a chicken hawk. I'll go back to the strict armor builder. I'm just making sure the knee's good. Yeah, it just feels weird when it's not in pain. Those two feel about the same. In terms of effort. Just imagine what I could do if I had an immune system and wasn't sick every couple weeks. I know, not super deep on the squats, but it's not bothering me at all now. And if I didn't train cardio so hard, I would have a lot more trouble breathing, I think. There's a different way to do it. I personally prefer putting the clean and press together. Another way you can do this, single bell. This is how I like to do the single bell on the minute. Yes, that 2 squats there was intentional. If you're going to train it every minute on the minute with a single bell, that's how I like to do it. More volume to compensate for the fact you only got 1 bell. So then it's 4 cleans, 4 press, 5 squat. You could do 6 squats if you wanted to. But Dan John has you do squat every other arm. Narrow squat. when it comes to kettlebell complexes, there really isn't anything new under the sun, because any complex worth doing, unless you're a total beginner, and you probably shouldn't be doing complexes then, but anyone worth doing is going to have the same basic movements. I will tell you one thing. I'm starting to prefer single bell training. I really like the unilateral work, especially the higher in volume you go. You can even throw in a push press. That incorporates the quads even more. So, from what I understand, a push press is roughly the same amount of quad activation as doing a squat with the same weight. So, you really don't need to squat. It's useful to do, but you don't need to. Push press with kettlebells is going to be about as beneficial for your quads as a front squat. And it's going to allow you to press more weight if you need to do that. But if you sit on your clean and you do a push press, I would say you don't really need to do the front squat with the bells if it bothers your knees or something. Or if your technique is bad, don't worry about trying to do the double front squat. Focus on the goblet squat to open yourself up. And you don't need the squat either. So work the posterior because you're doing kettlebells and you can swing and clean. And those are going to train your posterior chain better than a front squat. At least with, you know, most kettlebell sizes. I am not discounting the efficacy of heavy barbell squats. I am discounting the efficacy of kettlebell squats. According to Dan John, double 24s is a problem for most people. He's saying, or he has said, a lot of his clients don't even get to double 24s. So, in that context, squats are not that important outside of basic mobility, in my opinion. You can do them if you want. I like doing them. I'm just showing you other ways to do things, since I'm not really able to do what I wanted to today. Turning that clean into more of a swing clean because I'm doing the push press. And yeah, I feel like I'm squatting. First step to learning the jerk, clean and press, and then the next step after the clean and press is the clean and push press. That's just the most explosive version of a clean and press. I want to get back to this. Yeah, I gotta get back to the double long cycle. With the 24s. I train it with, I've been training it for time sets. 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute. I've worked up to 7 minutes. My best so far is 100 reps in 7 minutes with the 18s. I can't remember if I recorded that or not. Oh yeah, the other way you can do the single bell armor builder. I'll show that if I got another round here. Goblet squat. You can do it that way or you can flip it over. I do agree that for people with mobility issues, that's the best squat you can do. Because it puts everything where it needs to be. And it'll definitely help open you up. So if you only got a single kettlebell, or like one moderately heavy kettlebell, I like the armor builder that way, every minute on the minute. I feel like of all of Dan Jones' contributions, the best one is honestly the goblet squat. And I don't know if he actually invented it, but he's credited with it. It's been around in some form or another, but he definitely popularized it. And I think it's the best squat variation for beginners or people with mobility issues who are rehabbing. Rehabbing an injury. It's good for them too. Tomorrow, regardless of how I feel, half hour of snatch, and then Tuesday is gonna be a long cycle. Yeah. Half hour each day, straight through. I will attempt to record both of those. I feel like I can say this as somebody who is sick fairly often. The first day you feel it coming on, I would suggest keeping the activity minimum. And then if you start to feel better the second day, do something moderate, like I did this today. You can see based on my breathing and the way I'm sweating that it's a little difficult than it probably should have been for what I normally do. But by tomorrow, I feel like it should clear out and we should be back to fairly normal. Maybe a little bit of breathing issue still, but whatever. In my case, like I said, chronically sick, immune system's low. I tend to get colds fairly often. Right now, because I'm actually supplementing vitamin D, because my vitamin D was super low, vitamin C, zinc. Now I start to feel it come on. It feels like a cold. It can be a bad cold, but it's not like it was before where I would be sick for like a week or 2 weeks and I would constantly be shooting up mucus and shit. It's not that bad anymore. And it's less frequent. But it's still more frequent than most people who train as regularly as I do and who are otherwise healthy. So it is what it is. But that was mostly double 24 kilo kettlebell session. Some armor builder, a little bit of the giant thrown in. But if I'm training armor builder, it's usually the single bell version, either as a warm-up, a finisher, or just like a, hey, you know, I want to do something today, but I don't feel like training super hard because maybe it was a scheduled off day. But still gotta hammer out the kinks in the knees because, like I said, all the cycling I was doing, because I was doing an hour plus of cycling a day. And then on my free days, you know, I might do it for 3 or 4 hours. Not all at once, but throughout the day, if I'm not doing anything else. Play a little Path of Exile or Diablo, and I would sit on the exercise bike. But yeah. Had to stop that. The knees were getting fucked up again. And the run the other night probably didn't help either. But it feels so good to run sometimes. Alright, but that's my half-ass thing. Let me see. Oh, you know what? I just remembered, because I haven't watched it in about a year almost. But next weekend is WrestleMania weekend. And the last few WrestleManias, since 40, I have done what I've liked to call Snatchamania. So I'll do my hour of snatching. I guess WrestleMania is a 2-day event now. I'll have some fun planned for next weekend since I was not able to do what I wanted to this weekend. Well, let me rephrase that. I could have tried to do it, but I have learned that sometimes discretion is the better part of valor.